So we had to talk with the clergy. Then you had to ask for an appointment. You wanted to get an appointment. You wanted to go see the parish priest, and the parish pastor, not the parish priest, the parish pastor. And basically, what you want is you want a one-on-one situation when you're with a pastor. So you prepare for your appointment. And you don't do this the day you go in there. You do it not the same day. You write down your questions, review your Fatima material, and then organize a presentation folder. Here's some of the items that we put in your folder. It's a true story of Fatima, which I think everybody here knows that about that book. This is a folder that I put together. And what's in here is all these different, it's what you see there. And if there's one theme of all this stuff that the Fatima Center puts out, it's what's going on in the world. It's the errors of Russia. That's what this whole talk should be about, the errors of Russia. When you look at all these folders, that's exactly what's going on. And then one there, this gender theory, Pope Benedict wrote this back in 2015, I believe. And look at it today. We're engulfed in this stuff. We have to swallow it. So a lot of people are going to jail for this. So this is something that you would put together, and then you set up your appointment. Okay, so we would go and sit down with we go in, and first thing you do is you meet with the business manager. Usually it's a lady, and there's usually somebody else working in there also with her. And you want to be courteous, because you may have friends that they may have mutual friends. But what I always learned, years and years ago, is when you're in somebody's office there, you want to look around, see what's in the room, and see if you can comment on stuff so that you can talk to them about, oh, I like that picture or whatever. It's a warm-up process. That way they feel more comfortable with you, and they'll listen to some of the stuff you have to talk about. So what we did was we would go in, we'd thank the priest. We'd say, we won't take up much of your time. We know you're busy. And again, I was talking about his furnishings, what have you. And you want to get on his side. So the first time we ever went, my wife says, we're really worried, Father. At that time we had 4 grandchildren, and now we got 14, but we were really worried. We sat down one night and said, hey, what are we going to do? And then, it's the old story. Well, we'll go see a priest or whatever. And we've been traditional Catholics since the mid-90s, so you really had to go talk to the ones that you would see more, which were the Novus Ordo priests, Novus Ordo pastors. And in fact, this is what we were up against, and we tell them, we need your help, Father. We're worried about our children, our grandchildren, the situation in the world. You see what's going on around the world today? Look at how it is now. This was back then we were doing this. So what we said was, Father, look, we are supporters of Our Lady of Fatima, and we believe what she said. We really believe this. And we did too. We still do believe this. Only that she can help us. So, Father, we're asking you, can you help us also? Can you put together something that makes sense? So we would look right at the pastor and say, look, Father, do you believe what Our Lady said? If he's even heard this before. A lot of them never knew much about Our Lady of Fatima, depending on the age of the person. And then, do you believe that she really can help us? And then we just sit there and see what he says. And then you can assess what the situation is. And they'd ask, Father, do you do the 5 first Saturdays? And then one pastor told me, he says, no, we don't do that. He says, we just do rosaries on Saturdays. Well, anyway, he does a rosary on Saturday. That's great. I said, well, why don't you say Mass also? So he says, well, I don't know. We don't have that many people that come, whatever. I said, do you induct the kids in the scapular program. Then you look for that. You assess that too, whether he does or whether he doesn't. Most cases they did not do that. They don't do that. Do you believe in the consecration? This is something you would ask them, and what do you believe? He may say, look, I don't want to talk about that. Don't tell me that. I don't want to talk about that. All right, so you don't talk about it. So then you ask them if you can drop off literature in the church, in the back of the church. Can we help put on a rosary rally with you? And then we would follow up. That I show you the calendar there. The calendar, what I would do is it's like a with those little cards, roto cards they used to call them. If say you had a Saint's Day, say St. Joseph's in March, right? Well, you'd call the Fatima Center in January to order material that has to do with St. Joseph. And then you'd bring that stuff over there. And the beauty of it was that you would be able to, again, you're in front of them all the time. They could see you, and it warms them up to you and you to them. And before you know it, here comes the Fatima guy or Fatima gal. But we went to monasteries, convents. We knocked on all kinds of doors.